Alex is there. I know what I'm doing.
Of course you do. You're the professional.
Hello, and welcome to First Impressions. I'm Leah, and this is my special guest star.
I'm Ryan.
Hi. So we just saw I, Tonya. Like, just saw it.
Now.
Just now. We haven't gotten to talk to each other about it yet. Okay. What were your first impressions?
Oh my God, I loved it.
Yes, me too. It was so good.
It totally brought me back to being a little kid and being obsessed with figure skating. There's nothing more beautiful and badass. It's as graceful as a dancer, as a ballet dancer, but it's so dangerous.
Yes.
And that to me was the coolest thing.
Nice.
Yeah, so this totally, all the nostalgia just hit.
Aww.
The second you see little Tonya like put her skates to the ice, I was like,
I don't know if I was good or bad, but when I got on there, I was just like, yes, I'm a natural. This is amazing. And that's the only time I ever did it.
yeah. Oh, I was terrible. I still can't stand on skates to save my life. I mean, terrible balance, but in my head, Olympic gold.
Absolutely. Yes. I totally loved it. I loved the editing style and the music. I thought it was so fun and different. It was really cool. And then I also, on the skating thing, I loved at the end when they showed her actual routine.
Yes.
Of the first routine where she landed the triple axel.
The triple axel for the first time.
For the first time. Yeah.
So
I love
cool.
that they showed that because that's what she wants people to remember her for anyway.
Yeah.
But it was really cool to see her skating style.
Yes.
Because you see Margot Robbie and whoever the double is skating. And, I feel like part of the movie you're wondering, like, okay, I know she's supposed to not be as good at, like, the finesse of it all.
Yeah, but, like, how much is...
How bad was she at it?
Right.
And then actually seeing her skating, and that's, like, her best routine, and being like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Like, she's just kind of clunky.
Yeah, but in a cool way.
Yeah, in a cool way. And she is still powerful.
She's still an incredible skater, just doesn't have the grace, I guess, that the other skaters have.
Yeah. So I get it, but I can totally see how that's so frustrating for her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Absolutely. So I didn't know that this was kind of documentary style in a way, which I thought was really, really cool. That you're seeing interviews and then cutting to the events. But there's a great scene during the interview portion where she's talking about landing the triple for the first time, and she's the first woman in history, right? Or at least in US history.
Yeah.
To land it, and she gets really choked up, and she just says something to the effect of, no one asks me about this anymore. And I was like,
that moment.
Oh, Tonya! It definitely doesn't shy away from bashing her a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
It's not
it kind of feels self-deprecating.
Yes.
But from her perspective.
Yeah, for sure.
They were doing an interview, I think Allison Janney was the one that said it, where the footage that they have of the interviews of the mother and the husband were actually completely contradictory to each other. So it just, like, it works for the movie.
So funny.
And
the dichotomy of Tonya and her husband just is so...
That's hard. That was hard to watch. Their relationship was really hard to watch.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Talk about abusive.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
It's hardcore abusive.
The level of abuse that she endured from her mother, from her husband. Just, I mean, God.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was tough.
I love that they brought that aspect of her character of nothing's ever her fault.
Yeah.
That was great.
It's not my fault. Margot Robbie's performance.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah. So her courtrum scene had me completely.
Nailed it.
I was trying not to cry.
I cried. I cried.
Yeah. That's the Oscar clip scene that they're gonna use.
That's the moment. And the judge has banned her for life from figure skating. And her heart breaks on screen.
Oh,
and you see it. And, like, my heart broke for her.
Yes. It's like those scenes in medical shows where the doctors tell them, oh, you'll never be able to dance again. It's as if somebody, like, took her foot away.
Sebastian Stan.
I was surprised he was in it. I didn't realize he was going to be in this.
Yeah, I didn't recognize him at first. I was like, that kind of looks... No!
Isn't he Bucky?
He is Bucky. Bucky with a terrible mustache.
Yeah.
I thought all the performances were really, really good. He was so unpredictable to me in those moments when it'd be like, fine, 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 and then she would say something and he would just backhand her.
Oh my
like,
God.
I jumped. I was like, he was so unpredictable.
Speaking of, Allison Janney was a delight.
The best. My God.
From like the first shot of her, I was just like giddy. Like, yes, of course, she's one of my favorites, and like seeing her on the big screen is always exciting.
Oh, but what a gem.
But she was hilarious, and like,
just her timing.
this was awesome.
Oh,
Yes,
and just every like, she just nailed every scene she was in.
totally. What a great like villainous character.
Yeah. But you kind of love her.
But you love her at the same time. Yeah, it's one of those villains that you really love to hate.
She's kind of like an Yzma. Like she's
Yeah.
like evil but funny.
Yeah.
And you're like, ooh, you're a bad person.
But I want to see more of it.
But I kind of want to hang
giving
out with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a delight she is.
Right?
In her awful way.
Yeah. That's a gutsy performance. That was
Yes.
fearless.
Yes.
That was really cool.
Yeah,
I love the
to
bird that
be-
kept trying to eat her
Yeah, she's got her-
oxygen too. I just chuck Oscars at her.
Oh God, just all of
Face.
them. All of the awards.
Chuck it at her face.
I adore her.
Take 'em.
I adore her. But even from sort of a non-bias, like she was just really, I don't know, she stole every scene she was in, I think.
Absolutely. One of the best parts of the movie was that one little clip in the middle where she says something about the story being completely derailed off of her.
Yeah, she's got some line about like, well, my narrative disappeared real fast. Oh my God.
That was amazing.
And that was the point. I was like, oh yeah, wait, where's she been?
Like 2 minutes earlier, I was thinking, okay, where's Allison? Hi.
Where's she
Where's she
at?
I loved the cinematography for the figure skating because you never get to see the cameras really up close on the figure skaters in
Yes.
real life.
Yes.
And so it was really cool that they did different shots. Like they did close-ups of the feet, and then they did
From
a
up
shot from
above.
up above when she's spinning. I loved that. That was
Yeah,
cool.
there was a really great shot where the camera starts, and I think you see it in the trailer. It starts, she's facing down, and she's looking into the camera. So the camera is on the ice looking up, and then she tilts up, and the camera goes with her and stays on her face, and then zooms out. So it's literally a bird's eye view directly down. Oh my God, it was great.
That was awesome. Yeah,
It
that
was-
was really cool.
But yeah,
What a
and
great opportunity to show that.
yes, and I actually really loved the explanation of what a triple axel is.
Yes, and I love the slow motion of it, so you could actually see exactly what they have to do to land, or
It was
in the air.
so cool
That was-
because I don't know, they throw a lot of terms around. They jump and they spin and they hopefully land. I don't know, but they really like went bit by bit, and you see what her body has to do, and then to land, and
Yeah, and that's really important to tell the audience
yeah.
when that's like
Which actually reminds
the
me
greatest
of
thing. that
Margot
she's
Robbie in
done. My God, what is that movie? Okay, it's gonna right here.
another one. We're smart.
The
film
Big
people.
Short!
The Big Short.
There
There
we
we
go.
go. That cutting in to explain what a triple axel was so reminded me of Margot Robbie's scene in The Big Short explaining what these terms mean, and it just cracked me up.
This is a really good one for shaky cam.
Yes.
Because they didn't do it the whole time.
Yeah.
But there were a couple moments where it was used the way it was, I believe, supposed to be used.
Yes.
Where it's not all the time.
Correct.
But it's like in the moments where there's panic, or
Yep.
like in the moment
On
where
the
he's looking out the
ice.
window and then the phone rings and then
Yeah.
he's looking out the window again. Like something panicking or...
Yes. There was a lot of great camera work. So the shaky cam was really good. You sometimes get it on the ice. You sometimes get it in, like you said, kind of panicked moments.
It's like only used when necessary.
Sparingly.
Yeah.
Not enough to make you sort of realize that there's shaky cam until afterwards.
Yeah.
But there's also an amazing tracking shot that's not, okay, like, edited. It's not one but the shot is continuous, and you see Sebastian Stan's character in different rooms in the house to show time passing.
Yeah.
And the camera is just moving through the house and then down the street. And so it's and so it's a really cool way to show the passage of time and sort of his deterioration without Tonya.
Yeah. Was that the one that continues down the street?
Down the street, yeah.
That was cool.
I thought that was a really cool shot. There was a lot of kind of really neat, I don't want to say unique camera work, because it's not really unique, but all sort of together, I feel like, was unique. I feel like you don't necessarily get those types of camera work all in one movie.
Yeah.
I feel like we got...
It was diverse.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah. Plus
so was the music, actually.
The music was so good.
I love that there was really intense classical music and then really intense, like, 80s rock. Or...
ZZ Top.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
Cool.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. Totally, like, put you into the time period in the 80s and the 90s. And yeah, really, really well chosen soundtrack.
Yes.
Well curated.
And when they were doing the clips of the interviews at the beginning, back and forth, I was thinking, like, what a great script it was. How it was written so well to cut from one to the next, and everybody's conversations led into each other, and there was humor in that, and in the contradictions, you know.
Split, and they would say the same thing, but with different tones.
Yeah, I liked that.
Yeah.
It was a great use of the documentary style.
Yes. That was kind of a fun, like, ooh, this is quirky.
Yeah.
This will be a fun romp.
Yes.
It's based on the actual interviews, and when they show you the interviews at the end, like, yep, that's what they were like.
Yeah.
Her mother really did have a bird on her shoulder.
Yeah, you're watching one of the bodyguard guy.
Oh, the bodyguard, Sean.
Yes, Sean. And he's talking about how he's like a
terrorism, like an anti-terrorism secret agent.
Yeah, like he's been trained, or he's been quoted in about anti-terrorism stuff.
Yeah.
And you're watching, you're going, what the hell? This can't possibly be real. And then they actually show the real thing, and he does say it.
He does say that. You
get the impression that they really don't know what happened, because it's everybody's word against each other.
Sure.
So I do wonder, like, okay, how accurate is this movie to reality?
Yes.
But on the other hand, it's like, I don't care.
Yeah, I love it either way.
I love it either way.
It could be complete fiction, and I still love it.
So the whole scene of the two guys, the guy in the car and then the guy going in to actually bash in her knee, was so comical because they were such buffoons.
Oh, they were so bad at it.
I love that it was directed like that. I love that it was acted like that, that it was going full buffoonery.
Oh my God.
Like, it was exaggerated, and it was almost cartoon-like. And
yeah,
I feel like that was kind of playing into the whole thing about the media exaggerating it and telling all these wild stories. And it was kind of like, this is another wild story for you.
Exactly. Yeah. It was like, we don't really know what happened. Maybe it went like this.
Like Clue.
Yeah, exactly.
It could have happened like this.
You know what I loved was at the very end. When you're seeing Sebastian Stan's character, he's looking out the window, and the news crew is leaving, and he's like right about to go to jail. I mean, it's like a day or two before he goes to jail for this whole mess that has been this media circus for months, really. And you see them leaving, packing up and leaving, and in the background, O.J. Simpson is being carted off.
Yep, on TV.
On TV.
Yep.
Oh my God. And which really put it into perspective as to like when this was all happening. I was like, oh yeah.
Yep.
That's totally was happening, like one right after the other. The news crews are leaving the Tonya Harding story and going to the OJ story.
Yep.
And it just,
because that's how our news works.
Yep.
These
And like
days.
Yeah. It's just
Your
Jeff's
old
story
news.
is like, well, do you think it will take any of the Oscars that it is nominated
good question.
for?
Allison Janney.
I
I think she's gonna win.
I think she could take it.
I think she could.
I really,
Yeah.
I would not be surprised, nor would I be disappointed if she got the Oscar for supporting actress. I think
That
deserved.
would be an understatement for me. I would be elated. But yeah, also I think objectively she's totally
I think
of
she
it.
did.
I would
really
say the only other nominee that would give her a run for her money was Laurie Metcalf. But even so, I mean, I can't. I mean, dang.
It's hard to
Shoot,
root against
girl.
Allison.
Shoot, girl.
Shoot.
Shoot. I guess Margot Robbie surprised me. She,
Yeah.
with
I was
that
not-
courtroom scene.
I don't know if I could see her beating out necessarily some of the other nominees, but I can see why she was nominated.
Okay,
and I
that's
think
fair.
she deserves to be nominated.
Totally. We have a list of the other. Let's see. What else is it nominated for? Editing.
I think that's it.
I think it was those three.
I don't know. I think it was edited really well. Deserves to be in the mix.
I would say it's certainly deserving of the editing nomination for sure, but I do think that
I think some of the others are
Baby Driver or Dunkirk would get it.
awesome.
Yay! All right, so thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
I think Alex and I will see Annihilation next. That might be the next video.
Very nice.
Yes.
That looks pretty good.
That does look really good. I'm excited for that one.
Very
I've been
cool.
waiting for it for like a month. I thought it was going to come out earlier this month. And I was disappointed to find out I was totally wrong. So I've been really waiting for it. If you liked the video, click the like button and the little subscribe button. The little ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling bell.
Hit the bell for notifications.
Boom. She's a pro. Okay. We'll have you back.
Yay!
Keep skating, guys.
Don't give up on your dreams. And don't break any knees.
Yeah. And also maybe question when the media wants to vilify somebody.